3, 2, mic on.
The question of your support for Tun Dr. Mahathir and his government, there is criticism that you're not being fully supportive of him. Where do you stand? I mean, do you fully support this government?
That kind of question actually is quite an insult, to be frank. I mean, if you go and ask Tun Mahathir, he would actually acknowledge that it's myself and Saifuddin Nasution and Nurul Izzah who worked very hard to get him accepted into Pakatan. People like me have spent most of our adult life to change government. The principle is we should, as much as possible, celebrate and value difference of opinion, even more so if it comes from the same party, because it's a lot easier to whack your opponent. It's a lot more difficult to raise hand and say that I disagree in this, although you come from the same party. So I think I don't even have to answer that question, Sharat. I mean, my record speaks for myself.
There are people saying that the Pakistan government at this point in time is quite fragile, that it needs full support, that in fact your criticisms could be made privately. Why was it necessary to go public with your criticism?
It's not the Pakatan Harapan government which is fragile. It's this Malaysian middle class who has to go out of your comfort zone. 1 or 2 years ago, as I went around the whole country, it's a Malaysian middle class who so vocally and condescendingly look down at Malaysian voters outside their comfort zone. Just because you are in Bandar Utama, just because you are in Taman Tun, you think that other people outside your circle of comfort is not as smart of you. In the past, condescendingly, is the Malaysian middle class who always feel that we cannot change government. Malaysians too stupid. Malays do not care about corruption. Malays can be bought with 100 ringgit. And then even as we campaign in the last 2 years, it's also Malaysian middle class who felt that, oh, you guys don't have enough plans to take over. I tell you, in all my campaigns in the last 2.5 years, the biggest group, the hardest group to convince is the Malaysian middle class. And Pakatan Harapan's government is a lot stronger. After all, we went through 20 years, worse than some 1 or 2 criticisms.